You have your vocab flipbook, and on the outside, we are going to write down these vocab terms. You can use pen, you can use pencil, you can use marker, you can even type them up if you want. The first term on the outside flap, right here, is variable. And the second term underneath it is algebraic expression. And the third term is evaluate. Up on the top, you have constant. Under that, you have equation. And lastly, you have simplify. So go ahead and stop the recording so you can get all these vocab terms down. Okay, now if you can, take some scissors, and I want you just to go ahead and just cut right here. Separate these little lines, just like that. Don't cut all the way, just cut so you make little flaps. This is the inside of your vocab flipbook. And if you notice on the left-hand side, you have your vocab definitions. These are the ones that were typed up, so you can either glue these on the inside or you can handwrite them. And you'll see that you have a letter or symbol that stands for a number, and that can change. That's what variable means. And here are some examples. Some very common variables that you'll see will be x. You'll see y. You could see t. You might even see a square or a triangle. The next definition is for algebraic expression. It's a math phrase. That's the key. It's a math phrase with numbers, letters, and operations. And your operations are add, subtract, multiply, and divide. An example of what this would look like, a math phrase would be like 4 plus x. You might see something that just says 3y, which means 3 times y. Or you might see something that has distributive property, 6 multiplied by the difference of x and 2. Lastly, we have the definition for evaluate. When you evaluate, you want to get an answer by substituting a value in for a variable. So you might see something that says evaluate 4 plus x, for x is 3. And this is where you are actually going to substitute in that value for x right into there. 4 plus 3 would give you an answer of 7. Over on the right-hand side, we have the definition of constant. It's a number or quantity that does not change. And some examples for that would be 12, 7, 0, -3. Equation is the math sentence with numbers, letters, operations, and the equal sign. That's the key. It's got the equal sign. So taking 4 plus x equals 12, we would have 3y equals 9, and then we could have 2 plus 5 equals 7. These are all equations because it has the equal sign. And lastly, we have simplify, and that is just to get to a final answer by breaking it down into its smallest piece. You can think about simplifying a fraction. If you had to simplify 5/10, you would say that that's 1/2. Your order of operations also would be simplification. We would have 3 plus 2 minus 1. Then we did 3 plus 2 is 5 minus 1. And that gets you to 4. So simplifying is combining all those terms to get to the smallest possible answer that you could get. Tomorrow we will put our flip book in our spiral. Have a good night.